All right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Man, it's good to have Mike Evans back, isn't it? I mean, how nice is it to have Mike Evans back? You saw the title. The Bucs just got great NFC South news, and they are one game back. Look, I get it. It's really more like 2 games back, or at least a game and a half back, because you have to have a game over the Falcons. But the Falcons are going this way, and it looks like the Bucs are going this way. They just had a horrible streak where they were playing really good opponents, all right, when you're talking about Baltimore, then Atlanta, Kansas City, San Francisco, all while having a ton of injured players on the offensive side of the ball. They played all of those games tough, but nevertheless, it ended in 4 straight losses. So after the 4 straight losses, you get a bye week. You get to get healthy, and then you get the New York Football Giants, all right? And I'm telling you, that was not good football Giants. Tommy DeVito was not great for the Giants, and the Bucs actually made it look like a really good pass defense, which is fantastic. The pass defense has not looked amazing all year, so to have that is really good. We're going to get into why this was great news in the South, but first let's just talk about the game a little bit. Let's just celebrate what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were able to do. If you're new to this channel, we love talking NFL football, especially those teams where we feel like the national media kind of ignores. We're Lions fans. You see the Hutch jersey back here. We don't ever not talk about that in our videos, but if you want to bias look at your team, it's there. Now, here's the interesting thing. We cover really all 4 teams from the NFC South, which is really, really interesting because, I'm talking just 3 weeks ago about how the Falcons are going to run away with this division. And even though the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had lost 4 games in a row, all they had to do was win 1 game. And I'm sitting here talking about how it could be the Bucs division to lose. That's remarkable to me. I'm absolutely flabbergasted by that, but it's also kind of tricky. But in this game, love that Vita Vea gets plugged in for the first touchdown. Sean Tucker running behind him. Bucky Irving. I'm going to have to pull up later in this video. I'm going to pull up Bucky Irving's RAS score, and I'm just going to say that he flashed some speed that I didn't know he had. And that's the interesting thing. Sometimes we get so much and so obsessed with what is a running back's ability and skill level that we forget that, sometimes there's just good running backs. And Bucky Irving is one of those guys. Him and Rachaad White have made a really good 1-2 combo. Rachaad White catching the ball, Bucky Irving on the ground, but also catching. But let me ask you this question. What was your favorite part of today's game? Was it Baker fly going in for the end zone? Was it Bucky Irving on a 56-yard run? Was it Mike Evans just being back and just having somebody reliable on the outside to be able to go to? What was your favorite part about this game? For me, right, it was the taunting. Baker doesn't give a crap. He does not care. All right, that's who Baker Mayfield is, and I am just blown away by this guy. So it's kind of fun to watch and see the way he plays football with just that reckless abandon and saying, "Hey Tommy, I'm gonna do your signature move here. What are you gonna do? Huh? Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. What are you gonna do?" All right, Vikings just beat the Bears in overtime as I'm recording this. That's really good, I guess. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about why I think you guys have an awesome shot to actually get this division. All right, let's have this conversation, and I'm going to start by pulling up the rest of your season schedule. You are getting healthy. That's what's important. Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback. That's what's important. And I was watching, oh my goodness, this has to be 10, 15 years ago. Colin Cowherd was kind of before the trend on this. And now everybody realizes it, that basically if you have a good quarterback, the better quarterback generally wins the game. If the roster's somewhat even, the better quarterback is going to win the game. And when you look at this schedule remaining, Baker Mayfield is the better quarterback in, at minimum, of the 6 games remaining in 5 of them. Carolina, Vegas, no doubt. Herbert is playing really, really well right now. So I wouldn't give that to Baker, but I wouldn't say it's like just oh yeah, duh, it's Herbert. No, I mean, both players are good. Both guys are playing good and leading their teams to victories. Then against Dallas, like Dak's out the rest of the year. All right. Carolina again. And then New Orleans. Baker is hands down the best quarterback in 6 of the next 7 games. It would not surprise me. And I'm telling you that this is a possibility to see this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team end the season with an 11-6 record, barring injuries, just like anybody else. All right, just like anybody else. I don't see them losing to Carolina, even though they played the Chiefs really tough today. I don't see them losing to Vegas. I don't see them losing to Dallas. I love the home game against the Saints. And the road game against the Chargers is the one tricky one, but the Chargers aren't like this amazing team. So 5-6, I could see them going to 10-7. I said 11-6. I meant 10-7. All right, I think they can go 5-1 down the stretch. The Atlanta Falcons are 6-5. All right, when you look at the games that they have left, they have that same Chargers game that you have. I like the Chargers in that game. All right, I just think that the Atlanta's not good enough. I think that you guys have the ability to beat them. I don't think they will. Going to Minnesota the week after that, I think that's a loss. Yes, they beat Vegas. Yes, they beat New York. Yes, they beat Carolina. But at Washington's not easy, even though somehow Dallas just did it. I don't understand that, right? But they have 3 toss-up games. 3. They have 3 toss-up games while you have 1. And you are 1 game behind. So I'm telling you right now, when you look at toss-up games, that greatly favors you. So, do I truly think that there is a chance? I absolutely do. And just for a reminder on this, it's going to be fun. It's going to be down to the wire. Why not? All right, why not? And the Saints even are playing well. They got some reputable stuff. The Panthers almost won today. All right, there's a lot of unique stuff going on in the South. They're starting to say, hey, we're not just the little stepchild division. All right, they're actually saying we're getting better. All right, but now we look at the playoff picture. And you have the Commanders at 7-5. All right. I believe that is their record. Yeah, that is their current record. All right. I believe that is counting the loss that they just got in there. There's a lot of teams with the Bucs right here. All right. The Commanders just lost to the Cowboys. All right. It's not a ton that's going on. In fact, it has your playoff probability at 54%. Isn't that interesting that your playoff probability is at 54 while the teams ahead of you are 47, 39, 25, and even 63%? You almost have as good of a playoff odds as all of the teams ahead of you. Let's look at the Falcons, 70, right? So it's not this, you're right there. So stick with it, Bucs fans. Stick with it. Be happy that you're starting to get healthy, at least Mike Evans. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Hopefully Jalen McMillan can move in, play some slot, do some of those things. Get that. You got Cade Otton still. You have a double-headed monster at running back, even a triple-headed monster at time, and your defense is starting to play better football. All right? Check it out. You got a good shot. All right, thank you so much for watching, and hey, we'll see you on the next one.